Let's wait. We are live.
Hi guys,
Well,
welcome back to Itines Antonio, and we are at Mo's talk show with Mo Sempa Lingua. I'm so pleased to be here. I was invited.
thank you, thank you. Welcome. This is the show. Most Talk Show is a program that we have in English for those don't speak Portuguese. After many things happening, we realize people keep asking why you guys don't speak in English, why you guys uh, don't do something in English. We have Blaise and Pessoa doing in English, and that was my recommendation, and then it became very successful. We have to say thank you, everybody that is watching this platform today in English, especially you. You are the one we have to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you,
Me?
because you're great. Yes, you're doing very
Oh,
well.
thank
Your
you.
videos in English have been very successful. Well, today we're going to talk about violence in Mozambique, Frelimo madness, 975, 2024, or how this madness has arrived. Let's talk a little bit history about yourself. How do you ever realize in your lifetime this violence starts in 1975? How do you learn about this before 2024?
Well, I learned the violence before 20. I learned the violence since 1975 from my father. My father, I wasn't there at all. I was born in 1991. So I wasn't there and I didn't see the violence happening. So my father told me a lot about the violence in Mozambique, what Frelimo used to do after they took over from the Portuguese regime, which did colonize Mozambique 400 years ago. So yeah, so I heard a lot about my dad, what Frelimo has been doing to the Mozambican nation in particular.
Indeed, indeed.
Since then, doesn't seem to be stopping at all. Frelimo are known as harsh and very highly violent. They do not spare a life. They do not think twice to actually take a life and commit violence against their own citizens.
Thank you. Thank you for that brief introduction. Thank you. Welcome to Mo's Talk Show. I am Mo Sempa Lingua. You got my WhatsApp number on the bottom of there. If you like to contact me for an opportunity to talk on this program in English, whatever country you are in the world, please feel free to contact me and come on to the show, or we can come join with the Ines. We're gonna do some regular programs. We're gonna try to invite most people can speak English around the world from Mozambique and the diaspora, so we can talk about our country. Okay, this violence in Mozambique have a start point. Frelimo never been a very peaceful uh, people movement, how they call themselves, the liberators. Since 1975, when they came in power in July 25th, 1975. And the following day, on the 26th, 1975, they become very violent. They start doing whatever I can't describe. But let's start in this point in time in history where we are today, what's going on in Mozambique. Senior Frelimo cadres say the protests are pacific and the police are the one promoting violence. We have a very senior individual, the figure, history figure center of Frelimo, Elder Matiz, has become a voice that is become critical in this violence. This is a violence that comes a reflection of all electoral process we had in Mozambique. Frelimo always hijack, rigged elections. But this time, they have find a contender that match themselves, a man that made them sweat. And then Frelimo is not happy that the Mozambique people can come out speak themselves for first time in history. After 49 years, the people of Mozambique has raised their voice. They're not afraid, they're not scaring people that die, but the response of Frelimo is violence. But these are the people, they call themselves the freedom fighters, the people they say they brought independence, but they didn't brought independence, they brought slavery and brutality for 49 years. What do you think about this violence? Why they have to use violence against Pacific people? They're just protesting. People they are not vandalized. People they are not to destroy anything. Just they came to the street and raised their voice. Why? What do you think?
First of all, they are abusers. That's what they are. That's what I think they are. They are 100% abusers. They have a lot to hide because they've been doing a lot of corruption in the country. Nothing is smooth in Mozambique with the Frelimo government. Most of it is just being done behind so many people's backs. So they have to hide. This is why they're using violence to try and shut the people up, not to let their voice heard, and not to come out here and express their concerns about the government. Because what Frelimo does is that Frelimo, when they're in the outside world, they actually um, they actually show a different face of what Frelimo really is. To the outside world, Frelimo is a peaceful government, is wonderful, and everything is just going right in Mozambique. Everything is just perfect. And the Mozambique people, the fact that they haven't complained before, they give that impression as if like everything is just going well without knowing that the people are being oppressed. And if people are really tired of this, of the ways of life in Mozambique, people cannot have it anymore. They were suffocating. The more people tried to stand up and raise their concern, they were not heard. They were ignored by the government, which is Frelimo regime at this point. Um, so therefore, for
Indeed,
people to build up a courage to actually come out and fight and still want to have their voice heard, even after even though they're being killed, trying to be silenced in so many ways by Frelimo, is it's actually Venanzio's what is this power to uplift the people of Mozambique.
could you
Through
explain
him,
to the people? Could you explain to the people? Sorry to interrupt. Who is this
no problem.
Venancio? Who is this Venancio? Who is this phenomenon? This thing that has exploded, and some people even have say this is a godsend. It's a God gift to the people of Mozambique because you have said
Right,
earlier, if Frelimo sold Mozambique out there, international arena, that all is perfect. Mozambique is all paradise. Mozambique is
right,
the most beautiful place in the face of earth. Nothing. There is
right,
no even there is no violence. People are rich, millionaires and super millionaires. People they eat. People they dress. People they have lived these wonderful lives. But is the opposite side. Can you explain to the world who is this person, please, in your own words?
right. So Venancio, I believe is Venancio Antonio Bila Mondlane, right? That's his full name, right?
Yeah,
So I
indeed.
I don't know. So Venancio Mondlane is um is an engineer. He um he is from Mozambique. He was born in Lixinga, Niassa. Um, he is one of the candidates in Mozambique that managed to actually face the Frelimo, because so many candidates that came and went, including Renamo, that weren't able to face Frelimo like Venancio does. Venancio he's a very intelligent man. He has a fresh mind for Mozambique. And so therefore Venanzio's profile is amazing to the Mozambicans because Venancio does a lot of charity work on his own. I did a little bit of research about him. Venancio cares deeply about the people of Mozambique. All he's doing is not for the fame, is not for the presidency, it's not for the money. It is genuinely for the people of Mozambique. We have seen it. We have seen his action. Venancio is a man of action. He's not like Frelimo is. So therefore, Frelimo feels threatened by Venanzio's presence because so many people in the whole Mozambique voted for Venancio. and he can prove his wins. And we, the people of Mozambique, can prove that we all voted for Venancio. We did not vote for Frelimo regime because they had a chance to change Mozambique in 50 years, and they haven't been able to do so. So now we have Venancio, which is people's voice, which is people's refuge. He is people's shield. So people need Venancio in Mozambique. You know, he is a God saint. He is a God saint. And we are so grateful for his presence in Mozambique. We have never, in a million years in Mozambique, we've never had a leader like Venancio Mondlane. He is the first. Not even Samora can compare to Venancio. I am sorry. I know to the Samora supporters this may be a bit shocking, but Samora wasn't as honest. He wasn't innocent. He was a criminal. He was a terrorist. My father was in Samora's era and told me all about Samora. I know that everybody sees Samora as this icon and legendary. Maybe he was going to leading the whole Africa one day. But Samora is not what people think Samora is. This man is an assassin. Samora was an assassin. And for him to be for him to be killed the way he was, well, he well deserved it. Okay? So we've never had a leader like Venancio in Mozambique. And so therefore, as the Mozambican is young and old, we recognize that because we see it. We see what Venancio has to offer. We see Venancio's passion is the people of Mozambique, is getting us from point A to B even set. The Frelimo never got us out of it. And Venancio is one of those people. Where have you seen a president, a person that celebrates his anniversary, his wedding anniversary with the strangers on the streets? Have you ever seen something like that? Him and his wife going out.
For me, I was surprised. For me, I was surprised.
Feeding the poor in Mozambique, caring for the little lives. He does a lot of charity work. He helps a lot of humanity in Mozambique. Frelimo is not known to be helping. Venancio is hands-on. And this is Venancio. We need Venancio in Mozambique. So therefore, this is why the Mozambicans have this courage to see, like, what? God sent us something great. So let's go and fight for it. This is exactly what we're doing. And we all agree that we're going to be voting for Venancio Mondlane.
Good. You mentioned Samora Machel. You mentioned a little bit of this history. I do remember when I was young, I used to love Samora. I thought Samora was this hero that you read in the books, Right. But as time went in 1976, my Lord, that was a disaster when they start killing people on the streets. When anything you do wrong, you go to jail. If you say something against them, just as orders from above. Everything was orders from above. And as Samora said, you do what Samora said. And the news, when you go to listen to the international news, nobody talk about Mozambique. The crimes that were going on in Mozambique, nobody was talking about. That what in Nashingwe happened. Many people, they don't know what in Nashingwe. Nashingwe is in Tanzania, is where these freedom fighters had a place to come and across and fight the Portuguese in Mozambique. But that is not our true story, because the freedom of Mozambique does not start there. The freedom of Mozambique started in Zambezia province before even Frelimo. That's where our history starts. And yesterday, the events of yesterday in the province of Zambezia, Mrumbala, and Mozambique, Frelimo was kicked out.
I've seen it.
Yeah, the people of Mozambique, even I can share you this moment. This is something in history of Mozambique where Frelimo never managed to control Murumbala. And yesterday, the people of Murumbala, they had enough of Frelimo, and then they kicked them. They kicked them so badly. Even you can't even believe. Let me share this video with you.
Partido sede do distrito de Murumbala está para Tai. Murumbala.
Unbelievable these events. This is a place where Frelimo rigged the elections. Every time they had elections in this place, 100% the people vote Frelimo. And Frelimo always have to cancel the elections and rig it, bring the units of special intervention, army, police, special units and everything, and modify the system. Always. They never could announce on the first round the election. But yesterday, they made history. Frelimo is no longer in Murumbala in Mozambique.
Thank
Okay,
God.
thank God, thank Lord. Yeah, it's all about Mozambique is perfect. That how the world see us. How this violence, how and why this violence is the best answer that Frelimo can give to their people. Even their
To shut
people, the people that in
it's
the
a
streets, just the people
right.
there, just I'll show you. You can see the people are not violent, but Frelimo has
Not at all.
produced
It's a Pacific March.
violence. Yeah, the
Venance
answer.
ordered to be a Pacific
Yeah,
March.
yeah. So how this violence? Why this answer? How so violent?
To shut them up. Because the whole world knows as Mozambique is this perfect country that nothing goes on. There's no kidnapping, there's no assassination, there's no corruption, there is no human abuse, there is no genocide, there's absolutely nothing. Everything is just going smoothly for 50 years since after the Portuguese handed them over the country, which is nonsense. It's complete lie that the world is being sold about Mozambique. It's not what the people of Mozambique are living. And we have witnesses. Witnesses are investors. The investors that came into the Mozambique and they invested, they've seen it all. They came out running. Most of them were kidnapped by the Frelimo regime. Most of them were robbed, and in so many ways, the investors ended up quitting Mozambique and go back to their countries and find elsewhere to go and invest. So they have to silence the people because the whole image of Mozambique is like, oh wow, this beautiful little island Portuguese country is going so well since Portuguese handed everything over. Meanwhile, that's not true. So the people have to come up and actually because they've been silent for so long. Every time they try and speak to the government, they're ignored. They are abused. They are like put down like animals. So no, it's enough. And through Venancio, we found courage. We always heard that urge to go out there and fight, but we didn't have that support. We didn't have that somebody to say, go, you have the right. Somebody reminds us of our rights. And Venancio Mondlane does exactly that. He reminds us it's our right to actually go on the street and protest. It's our right to voice our concern, to have a Pacific March. That's exactly what we're doing. But then once everybody goes onto the streets, people are faced with bullets, real bullets, tear gas. People are faced with
Let me share you a video.
Soldiers. What are they doing in Mozambique? I thought they were going to Cabo Delgado and fight the terror that's happening in Cabo Delgado. Why are they even attacking the people of Mozambique? We don't even speak the same language, for Christ's sake. It's really offensive.
Let me share you a video.
Okay.
Let me share you a video. Let me share a video so people can understand what you're talking about. This is a very critical moment. You see people here just... You see this? You see? Well, let me stop here. So, people there just protest in Pacific. You can see there is no violence. But if you see these guys here, these two guys, the guy with the orange t-shirt and the guy with the black and white jacket, you can see how they pick the gentleman with the blue from the crowd. So these are Pacific people, and then all of a sudden, all this violence that we go. Why they need this? You see the guy pick up a gun.
Hitting him
Why
with a gun.
Why he needs to pick up a gun? This is one man. Why 5 men?
Exactly, against one.
Yeah, but let's see the video. Keep it rolling. There is more surprise in this video. Why this violence? Why Frelimo need this violence? You see the background. People are just quiet and peaceful, but these are the
Yeah.
people, just the police. And watch out the people dressing red. These are Frelimo
Yeah,
supporters.
these are Frelimo, so I
How
do
these
know that.
people are celebrating this violence. You see the guy with the megaphone. That is Frelimo propaganda, inciting the violence. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I want to call you a detail. Do you see this guy on the right? Have the shirt open and have
Yes,
under a
yes,
black. See the
yes.
behavior of this guy. How animal. How this
Yeah,
guy go
very
mad.
animalistic.
This is what the guy with the pistol. And you're gonna see now what's gonna happen. He is in the birthplace of Venancio in Yasa. Look. You see when he puts the gun back? Did you see? Let's
Yes, I see.
watch. Yeah. You see, there is the gun. Look, this
Mm-hmm.
other guy also here is the gun. See this lady, light blue and dark blue is the police. Huh? And the people, look how the people, these are Frelimo supporters, you can see with the red flags and
Enjoying all of
watching
this
and enjoying themselves. And the
crime.
real
This is
people
crime
in the
against
opposite side,
humanity.
yeah, just let's But do you see how many policemen they need to arrest one man? Just one.
So
This shows you how weak Frelimo is. This
that's
shows you
right.
how weak Frelimo
Insecure.
is. Yeah, look,
Insecure.
1, 2,
Sad.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
You
8
keep piling
people.
up against one
Yeah,
individual.
one individual. So you can see how not only political but physical and training they're so bad. You know.
Sai. Vai trabalhar, mano. Sai. José, tira.
Let's stop here and then we're gonna discuss how they are in this world of today and why Frelimo needs this violence if these people they are pacific just they celebrate something. What do you think? What's your point of view?
Frelimo, it's not a party. These people are actually gangster group. It's not a party. A party would not behave in such a manner, in such an animalistic way. This is not a party. This is obviously something that's to do with cartel or whatever. This is not a party at all.
Yeah.
They
The
make
way
it as a party around the world. This is so unnecessary. This is a human being. He's celebrating himself. There's so many of them against one person.
yeah.
They use
But
so much force against the population of Mozambique. This is unacceptable.
you have mentioned something very interesting that Frelimo says to the world, sells the image to the world. And this is
Right.
one thing quite interesting that we are speaking English. We are fortunate, thanks to Lord, we can speak English, I can speak Spanish, you may speak something else, other languages. We are different generations. But today we have this opportunity. Earlier you're saying Frelimo sell this image, Mozambique is a perfect paradise. But there is violence. We see this violence. There is kidnapping. Kidnapping is a big business.
A lot
Drug
of hidden
cartels.
violence in Mozambique. A
Yeah.
lot of it that doesn't come to the outside world because the journalists in Mozambique, the TVs in Mozambique, the television company in Mozambique are all corrupt. They cannot even share about these things. They can't even share this information. This is why most of the world thinks Mozambique has no wars. Mozambique is all peaceful. The people are happy. The fact that the people are so scared to come out and fight. Why the people didn't fight? They were scared. They were all being silenced by killing them, silenced by death, by Frelimo. So this is why people couldn't come out and speak about this whole thing. And the television don't even show these things because they're all working for this regime.
Indeed. Okay, you mentioned kidnapping. Wow, kidnapping became a big business for them. How?
Frelimo are greedy bastards. They are greedy bastards. They are known. Everything to them is about money. Frelimo is not there to construct, to build Mozambique. Frelimo is there to destroy Mozambique in anything and everything, whether it's through investors or through school, hospitals, education. In many ways, things are just being destroyed. But Frelimo is there for itself. It's not there for the people of Mozambique.
For them, it's quite important to degrade the education, the culture of people. They sell this image of Mozambique as a country of disaster, natural disasters. And that is quite interesting because the world, when you talk about Mozambique, everybody knows Mozambique about the natural disasters. This disaster, that disaster.
A very poor country, number 10 poorest country in the world, with absolutely nothing in it. But investors and the people that got involved with Frelimo, to the people that studied a little bit more about Mozambique, the ones from many years ago, the Portuguese that left Mozambique many years ago, they are taking out all the truth. What is in Mozambique, like the gold, the ruby, the gas, and many other things. So many children don't know that Mozambique is wealthy. They're not taught those things in school because Frelimo doesn't want us to know what we have in our country. We just need to know that Mozambique is a miserable country. It's always hit by tsunamis and the floodings and all sort of natural disasters, things happening in Mozambique. That we're known for that. And we're known as a country of thieves because of the government, how much they steal to the people. Yes, so many people, when you talk about Mozambique to very intelligent people, some people that like all the regime, people like a little bit older, they will actually tell you, nah, it's a shitty country. The government has been ruining it. And it's true.
Anyway, let me just my last point, and if you allow me, I'll put the link for anybody around the world is out there. They want to come and join us and give some word and maybe ask you a question, quite interesting question. I'll put a link in a minute. But let's talk to this last point because today I have chosen 3 points, 27 minutes. This should be a life of 30 minutes. But we'll give an opportunity to people outside also to talk. My name is Mos Papa na Língua, but this show is Mo's Talk Show, and then it is Antonia. Also, she have a channel.
I'm Inez Antonio. My channel name is It's Inez Antonio, right below.
Yeah, very successful channel, gentlemen. Very successful channel. I do recommend you guys to visit the channel. You can see the name here. It is Inez Antonio. Please visit this channel. It quite interest. Subscribe, share, and leave it comments and a like also. I'll appreciate if you support this, Inez.
Thank you very
Inez, now let's talk about the last point of this conversation before we open the link for anybody that is out there to join us to come and say something if you want for 2 minutes, question you, and then we'll close. It is very clear that the election's been rigged. Even the High Court can't validate, and Frelimo wants the High Court declare themselves the winners. It is possible, or the country will go on fire.
It is possible for them to declare that Daniel Chapo, which is a Frelimo candidate at this point, is the winner of Mozambique. But at the same time, there's a big risk that is going to happen with it. Because if they declare Daniel Chapo as a winner, Daniel Chapo is not the people's choice. We all know very well that the people's choice is Venancio Mondlane. That's the one that the people chose. And the people are fighting for him. Venancio is not even there. Why the people of Mozambique decided to fight? Because their lives are at stake. They want changes in the country. That's the whole point. This is why we all voted for Venancio Mondlane. So Venancio Mondlane will make a lot of changes for Mozambique. Daniel Chapo will do nothing. So if they announce Daniel Chapo is a winner, and the whole thing will be burned to the ground, because the people are not going to stand another 5 years or even 1 minute with Daniel Chapo, which is a Frelimo regime. And let me tell you something. If they announce him as a winner, who is going to be paying for all the assassinations, all the kidnappings, all the corruption, all the fraud, all the abuse, the human abuse in Mozambique? Who's going to pay for it? So Felipe Nyusi will be hiding himself behind Daniel Chapo once again, because Daniel Chapo is just being put out here to just cover their crimes. So we need somebody out, that Venancio Mondlane, which is Venancio Mondlane, to be the president of Mozambique, to lead Mozambique to a better Mozambique. This is what we need. And at the same time, is people's choice, is what is going to make us happy. We, the people of Mozambique, are the one that have the last decision. Nobody else in the world, international or in the country, has the voice than the people of Mozambique. After all, these people are going to be governing us, not themselves. Their lives are rich. They are much happier. They go to holidays in all over the place. They have everything that Mozambique has to offer. We, the Mozambicans, are poor. If you don't have money to pay the school fees for your child will go to no school. We don't even have free school for our children. If you don't have the money to pay for school, the kids can't attend school. That is nonsense. Meanwhile, Chapo doesn't have an agenda of what he's going to do to Mozambique. So they must be very careful of announcing Daniel Chapo as a winner. They know very well that why these fights are occurring in Mozambique right now is because everyone wants that Venancio Mondlane to take over the country. It's because everybody wants him there. This is why the fights won't stop. The people are not going to back down now. It's too late. They cannot. It's very risky for them to announce Daniel Chapo is a winner. They have a better option if they want to live in Mozambique and have a good life in Mozambique and maybe face jail time in Mozambique. They better announce Venancio Mondlane as the winner. He might pardon some of their crimes.
Indeed,
and
indeed.
They're going to live in the country, because if they don't, they will have to find another country for themselves. Yes, Mozambicans have made it known that if Lucia Ribeiro, the president of the Constitutional Council of Mozambique, does not announce Venancio Mondlane as the winner of this election, which we all know that the election was fraudulent, very much so. The votes were stolen. Podemos offices were vandalized, by the Frelimo people. We know they lost the election. We have the proof that Venancio won this election. This is why all of us are on the streets. And then they come out here, they say we're 20%. So the whole country is 20%. Are these people have Alzheimer's or something? Like,
it is insane. It is insane.
Those are not 20%. Those are more than them. They are 20%. We are the plus 90%.
Even the president came out, done wrong maths, and we realized Venancio, he said, it's a video, he's in a video, we say that Frelimo had 20%, what's called? Frelimo had wait, Frelimo say 4 millions, that represents 70% of, and then Venancio had 14 million, and then represents 20%. How dear.
He read it all wrong. He doesn't even know he's on a Portuguese.
It seems like somebody done that on purpose.
Yes.
And he was drunk. And he fell in the mistake. Yeah, and that was good.
He knows very well that Venancio is the winner. Frelimo doesn't want to be defeated, because Frelimo still want to make Mozambique so poor that its people have to just eat sand or something. They just there to disgrace Mozambique, to make Mozambique worse than it is now. So the better announce Venancio is a winner.
Thank you.
But they're unsafe, because if Lucia Ribeiro, has a husband, his children, we know that her daughter is married to Felipe Nyusi's son, right? And they're very compatriots. They're compatriots. They're very much related. So
the daughter of Lucia is married to the son. No, the son of Lucia is married to the daughter of Felipe Nyusi.
Oh, okay. So if they want to live in Mozambique, and they don't want to lose all these houses that they've been building in Mozambique because we are so ready. We are not going to let this
Frelimo,
go.
yeah, Frelimo has deployed cadres at all the provinces, Veronica Macamo, Celso Correa, Felipe
I was seeing the
Pawande,
news earlier.
and Talapa, Margarita Talapa, all the country. Like, I don't know why they need to send these people. There is the state secretary, there is the governor, there is the administrator. They have like a military commando in each province to overcome this, but they can't, especially in Zambezi and Nampula and Nyasa and Cabo Delgado.
Even Beira,
They
where I
can't.
come from,
Yeah,
Sofala, Beira,
even better.
they're
Yeah, they
taking them
can't.
out. We
Yeah,
never
they
liked Frelimo
try,
in Beira. We're
try.
not Frelimos.
Yeah,
We never liked those
unfortunately,
people.
yeah, unfortunately, the Zimbabwean president is one the man, the manipulators behind all these crimes and these sins. Anyway, thank you for coming to my most talk show.
Most talk
Uh,
show.
it was a pleasure to have you here. Our
It is
time
a
is gone.
pleasure to be here.
We put here a link to people come to join us for 2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
Nobody has joined us, unfortunately. Maybe next time. And once again, I'm gonna say thank you everybody for joining us to this conversation in English. We are from Mozambique. I'm from Zambezia, and you?
I'm from Sofala, Beira.
You see, we from Mozambique, we are Mozambicans,
From
speak in
Mozambique,
English
right?
and share our history. The violence in Mozambique, Frelimo
Yeah.
Madness, 1975 to 2024. Thank you. It is Ines for joining me in this conversation, this short conversation. I'll invite you next time to come again
Oh,
with
sure.
more other
I'm
people.
always available.
Pleasure,
Bye.
pleasure. Whatever channel you watch us, please subscribe, share, leave a like, and leave a comment. We always answer. Bye bye. Thank you very
Bye,
much.
guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.